Yo, what's going on, guys? So I'm in the airport now, about to catch my flight home from Dubai to England. I'm going to run you through my food and how I fly as a bodybuilder and stay on plan. So the first thing that you need to make sure that you're doing is just being well prepared. As you can see, I've got all my Tupperwares here. I know exactly what's in each one, and I'll run through that now. It's just simple ingredients, dry ingredients too. You don't want sauces, because then that's when you're going to get turned away. That's when they're going to tell you you're not allowed to bring it in, because you're not allowed to bring liquids through customs while you're flying. It can only be dry food. So we've got a problem with the oats, but I'll show you how we combat that. So that's meal one. If you look here, bowl of oats. That's all it is. What we're going to do to make these is we'll go to Costa, we'll go to Starbucks, any coffee shop, buy a black coffee, and then we'll also just say, can I have an extra cup of boiling water? 10 times out of 10 they're going to give it to you. You just put it in there and you leave it to sit for 5 minutes. The oats are going to cook if you put the lid on, and then you use your whey protein and you just pour it on top and stir it in, and you've got your oats there. So that's meal one sorted. I've got a long flight, because I'm doing a stop off. I'm doing in Bahrain, and then I'm going to London, and then from London I have to catch a train to Leeds. So it's like a 14-hour day, so I've had to bring all 6 meals with me. If you're looking out of a pot, it's just chicken, literally just dry chicken breast, cooked. Obviously we can't keep it cold. There's no way for us to keep it cold because we can't bring liquid packs through, but it's going to be fine. It's 14 hours, you know what I mean? All this is going to get eaten within that time frame. Here is the portions of rice that I'm allowed. So luckily I'm not bulking. I might have to bring 2 of these. I'm getting ready for a competition, so it doesn't have to be loads of rice. That's just the amount of rice that I need to eat in the day. If you notice, they're all in separate ones. So I'll take a bit of rice and I'll take a bit of chicken, and then I'll make that my meal. I've got one whole bigger one here for vegetables. And something I want to talk about as well is FODMAP. So FODMAP foods are ones that you don't want to be taking on an aeroplane, because that's what people who have IBS are told to avoid. Basically, they create gas in the intestines and they're not good for digestion. So with you sitting down all day, your body might not be able to digest these foods, and you don't want to be stuck up in the air with stomach problems and gut problems and gas problems. It's not really a good thing to be. So we take out anything like garlic, onions, even stuff like apples. There's a lot of things. I'll put a list up here of a bunch of high FODMAP foods that you might think to bring, but aren't exactly the best idea. I don't think broccoli is on that list, but I would also personally stay away from broccoli because my gut doesn't work well with broccoli. So learn your own body, learn yourself. You know what to stay away from, what you don't digest well, even though it might taste nice. Like I like garlic, I like onions. I might have to take those out, do you know what I mean? Just to make sure that I don't get super bloated and stomach pain. So basically what you're seeing here is spinach, peppers, celery, and yeah, just very basic stuff like that, to be fair. Spinach, peppers, celery, that's all going to digest easy, and you're not going to have any problems when it comes to being super bloated. So like I said, stay away from high FODMAP foods when you're traveling, and try to keep it on the low FODMAP foods, and you'll feel a lot better. Last meal of the day, so I'll have this on the train probably on the way back from London to Leeds. This is just steak and spinach, so there'll be no rice with that. That's just by itself, that's just steak and spinach. So here are all my 6 meals for the day. That's me covered. All it is preparation. There's no liquid in here, so there's no reason for it to get stopped at customs. As long as it's dry food, you're going to be absolutely fine. Come prepped as well with the knives and forks, and we're all sorted. No problem at all. Got a bottle of water, which you can buy from the shop, or just bring your own and then fill it up on the water stations. It's all about preparation, guys. You can travel as a bodybuilder. I'm not saying go on holiday and do this, because you're going on holiday. But if you're prepping for a show and you're wondering how Regan Grimes gets from place to place, you're wondering how all these bodybuilders get from place to place and still manage to prep and still manage to look good and stay on diet and stay shredded, then this is how they're doing it. This is how they're doing it. because you can't go to McDonald's, you can't just grab something from this next shop here. Do you know what I mean? Like, when it really comes down to it, like it's coming down to it for me now, 4 weeks left until the show, you have to be on point. You have to know what's being cooked in what. You have to know how things are seasoned. You have to think about stuff like high FODMAP, low FODMAP, keeping stuff good for your digestive system. I would also probably throw some pineapples in here personally, in my oats. I didn't do that because it's not on my plan, but if I had a little bit more room, I'd throw some pineapple in just to help with digestion, because pineapple is the best for that. So hope there's a few takeaways that you can take from that, and yeah, that's how you fly as a bodybuilder.